What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Savannah. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. We are back in Tolly Zoo today for another Franchise Friday episode, and we are taking a look at our little otter who is swimming around in the newly remodeled underwater swimming area that we completed last time. Well, I say completed, and we made a lot of progress on it, but as you can see if I zoom up here, it is by no means fully completed. So at one point we'll have to get a roof on that and fully complete it so it looks nice and pretty. But this little otter here is nice and happy swimming with his little fishies underwater, and we have a few notifications to start the episode off with. Let's see, we have vet research. So what did we unlock? Ooh, more for our exhibit animals. Awesome. Let's see, people that I can't say hi to still, and some more challenges. What's the matter with you? Can't find accessible. Oh, that's probably because, let's go ahead and pause it really quickly. I went ahead and redid our work zones. So if we go to staff, if we go to work zones here, you can see we now have all these work zones down the side. So Cayman, Education, Flamingo, Main work zone, Otter work zone, and Tortoise work zone. And I went through and assigned staff to all of these, and that way hopefully it will keep things a little bit more in order. But the work zones are fairly new to me, so it took me quite a while, which is why I did it off camera. So let's see, this person is complaining they can't find a research zone. What work zone do you belong to? The flamingo one. So the flamingo one is over here, and I also kind of added some facilities over here. So that's an easy fix. Let's go ahead and just add one while I am thinking about it right now. Research center, and that way they can do the research for us, because that's very important. Let's see if we can't kind of squeeze it in over here. Great. So then what we'll have to do, and you guys will have to let me know if I'm doing these work zone things correctly, because like I said, they are fairly new to me, and trying to keep everything set up as best as possible to keep the zoo running. But that's also why you'll see we have kind of a decrease in cash flow here. We're still being profitable as of now, but it cost quite a bit to hire a few new staff members for our zoo as well. So that's one thing I did off camera. The other thing I did off camera was increase our ticket prices. So not super exciting, but oop, didn't mean to click on that. Oh, research completed for our dwarf cayman. Great. Let's see if they have more food. Bless you. I don't know if you guys could hear that. One of my dogs just sneezed, and it was incredibly vigorous of a sneeze. Anyway, so let's go ahead and see if we have... Where am I going? Habitat. Forgot where I was going for just a second. Not content pack. I want species, and I want the dwarf cayman here. Do we? Indeed we do. This is what I was talking about last time. You guys knew what I was talking about, but I couldn't find the words last time to describe this, but let's go ahead and put that in there for them, which is great, because the first thing that I have on my to-do list actually is to go through and double check all of our animals' welfare and make sure that they are doing okay. So let's start off with our Terrapins here. Welfare is nice and high, which is great. Ooh, there's more stuff we can even add to their enclosure. I know these guys are fairly simple once you get them set up. Perfect. We can add more to that. Once you get them set up, they kind of just, go with the flow and breed. It's essentially what they do. Let's get a mechanic over there to fix that. I did add, I don't know if I showed that off or not, I added a couple more vending machines just to make sure that people were able to get food and drink real quick. Maybe we'll add some over here too, because that way they don't have to walk a super far distance. Nothing for that to add there, but we do have some branches to add there. Terrapin has had offspring. Oh, and somebody was telling me that they basically sell off the animals as soon as they are born. Where am I going here? As soon as they're born, because they're essentially adults. Is that right? So what we can do is we can keep one female. Yeah, so let's do one female and one male there. So we'll just kind of get everybody into the trade center that we can here, because we have quite a few turtles there. So let's see. Yeah, perfect. They can all go to the trade center. And how many are in here? I do need to make sure though, because some animals need more than just a group of 2, right? Like if we go to their Zoopedia, do they need more? 1 to 5. Oh, okay. So we can still do the same thing. So if we click on here, we can take, there's a female, get rid of these guys. That's a male. And then I'm not too worried about it because if we do run out or, you know, one passes away and we don't have a pair, it's pretty easy to get them. But now if we go to our storage here and we can select all and we can quick trade, there we go. That kind of helps pay for our staff members that we added, which is great. So let's go do, these guys just got put in. So I really don't think that they've bred. Oh, that's right. We only have 1 of the anaconda. Let's see if there is another one while we're looking at it. And what, oh, there's a couple of them. Yeah. So that was a female. So let's see a male. Perfect. So then let's go ahead and just throw him in there. Great. Now we have a male and female in each. And let's see, staff are having to queue to use the workshop. That's probably because the otters and the flamingos share the same one. And I wasn't really anticipating on them using it that frequently, I guess. So let's see if we can't. Problem is I'm trying to squish all this in without kind of expanding too much. I don't want to go too far. Will that work? I will be shocked if I can, yeah. I was going to say, I will be very shocked, pleasantly surprised, but very shocked if that would have worked. So let's go ahead and actually move this one. And we'll move it back, we'll move it over here. I was going to say we'll move it back and over, but we'll move it right there. And then, can I take the terrain and kind of flatten it a little bit, or is it, no, it's too close to the path. So let's go ahead and do this for now. Will it flatten now? We might have to move this one a little bit. So I was trying to do some of this off camera because I know this isn't the most exciting thing to watch. But right after we're done with this, I want to go ahead and do a little check on all of our animals to make sure that they are doing okay. And then we'll get into some building for today. So let's see if we can't duplicate this. What we are building is a very good question. I don't know. I have no idea. This week, to be honest, went by like a flash. I have no idea where this week went, and I had a really weird work schedule, which is probably why it went by so fast, but my whole routine was just off. So all of a sudden, it was Wednesday and Thursday, and then, you know, when you're watching this now, it's Friday, but I'm actually recording this a couple days in advance. So let's go ahead and get the pathing. I don't care too much about how this pathing looks, to be honest, because hopefully we'll kind of cover it all up with a little building, kind of like the building that our other staff buildings are starting to be in. Having to queue. Oh, that's just give me a minute. Working on it. Let's see. What did we get? Cool. More research for them. Perfect. Let's go to work zones, and it was the otter work zone. We want to add that in, as well as the flamingo work zone. There. So now that should give them. Yeah, he just went in there. Perfect. Okay. Why are you all of a sudden having a significant radius? Let's see. Does that help? You're a little bit too close. Let's put you over here. Does that help? Oh, it's this one. Let's go ahead and put you next to there. There. We'll go ahead and decorate that at some point, but right now is not that time. Get those connected there so they can be used. And more research. Oh, our otters. Good. Okay, so now with all that aside, let's go ahead and check here on our little animals. We got 88%. Enrichment looks good for you guys. I want to check the babies and the adults just in case. Let's see, because if I remember right, our like first baby tortoises still haven't grown up. They're still juveniles. All right, so those guys are doing good. And then these guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, I think I forgot to specifically point it out, but I added these, which they're using as like a lookout post. But that aside, they're supposed to be to help the stress so that they can run behind. So let's see, they need toy enrichment. So let's go to habitat, get rid of caiman, go to species, go to flamingo. What are they? Greater flamingo. Throws me off when the animals have a name in front of the name that I know them by. Toy enrichment. Okay, so this is new. Let's go ahead and put that right there for them. And then, oh, this water, the waterfall, water feature, whatever this is, it's rather large, but if we kind of put it right here, I think it could look okay. Does that look all right? Yeah, not too bad. Well, let's see how they are without it, because it is rather large. I said it wasn't too bad, and then I looked at it and I changed my mind. Let's see. Perfect. They're at 100% anyway with that little thing. So what we can do, I'll leave that there. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, when they get tired of that. But let's check on our little otters here. Ooh, you guys need some toy enrichment. Well, we just got some research for them, so hopefully we can get some more toys in there for them. What is none of this? Oh, this looks new. Apologies, my phone is going off. Let's put this in the deeper area. Put it right. Let's put it over here. Perfect. Now that should hopefully work. Okay, now that we got that down, that should take care of them. I guess I should double check real quick. They still need more. Did I take away? Yeah, because, oh, I see the ball is right here. I don't see the ice ball. Let's see if we can't put that in here. They want that. And then I don't see a box either. So let's go ahead and throw a box down over here. That should fix it. Why is your social out of whack? Space? Why is your space out of whack? Oh, deep diving water, really? Is that because I put the false bottom in there? Let's see. If I click on it and if I drag it down, let's make sure I'm not dragging it down too, yeah, that's too far. Let's see, if I drag it down to, well, that's not too much lower, but yeah, if I drag it down to there, does that help? Come back. Wow, apparently that really, well, okay, it helps some. That's great. You need a little bit more sand. You need too much sand, in my opinion. Now you need more grass. I thought we covered that last time. Okay, anyway, otters are all good. Let's go check on our little caiman really quick, which should be a lot happier now that we have the food enrichment is up. Awesome. Yeah, we just, like I said, I didn't make it deep enough. Is that a baby? Or is this a baby? This is a baby. I didn't even notice. Look at that. We got a little baby caiman, guys. Look at how cute. It's not even that much smaller than the adult ones. Well, cool. Yeah, I didn't even notice. Awesome. All right, so all of our animals are doing good. Not an ideal temperature. You're floating, which would be my first concern. There we go. Okay. Yeah, see, the floating was the problem. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, mechanic research here. Ooh, more barriers. I'm hoping to unlock the thick glass. That's what I really want to unlock. Ooh, more for them. Are there more toys that we can get? Oh, there are. I totally forgot about this one. Do they need it right now, though? Because we might want to hold off until they actually do. Yeah, let's hold off, because right now they're doing pretty good on their enrichment. Okay. Inspector arriving in 10 months. What shall we work on today? I think let's make sure we're still making money, because, oh, that's not the best. Oh, donation bins. You guys told me I don't have enough donation bins around. Facilities, nope. Guest facilities, donation bin. Yeah, I definitely don't think I have enough like this. There's not a donation bin and there's a keeper talk right here. So we're gonna add one right in front of them. Let's add some right here because I think you guys are saying that the guests are just kind of pretty lazy when it comes to finding the donation bins, and they gotta be pretty much right next to where guests are viewing. So let's make sure they're over there. Let's go ahead and put some. Oh, okay, I have two there. There's one there. Let's go ahead and put one in the center here, even though I know there's one there. The keeper talk is going good. Everybody's flocking to it. Let's just put one there. And let's go over to here. So I have one there, one there. Do I have one on this side? I do, but we can probably put one over there too. And maybe during a time lapse, I'll go through and change all those colors. And since we are staring at it, let me go ahead and duplicate this little rock here because I don't think we have a lot of this education everywhere. So let's see. Let's go ahead. I don't really want this view, thank you. I want to see how the rock looks in the ground. Let's go ahead and add it to that one and then duplicate it over here. And we're going to actually, let's pause it because I have it set to Cayman, I think, over there, and I don't want to piss everyone off. They start all of a sudden learning about Cayman and they're looking at otters, then it, you know, affects how they see the zoo. And God, this place is the worst. I learned about Cayman, but I was looking at otters. That's how they sound. It's my guest impression. Put that down there. Great. Let's go ahead and do the otters right there. And the otters over here. Yeah, I really like this little rock speaker idea because I don't like how the speakers look all by themselves, you know, just kind of like placed around. But I think assigning them or sinking them into the rock like that actually works out pretty well because you you barely notice it. So we can even do one over here and we can kind of hide it back over here in these plants like so. And then we'll do this one as the boa constrictor because it's closest to that one. And then, oop, can I grab it, please? Nope. Alrighty, let's go grab this one. And we'll put some over by the flamingos. God, I lose where I am when this white screen comes up. I wish there was an option to like make it go away and like stay away so that you can only bring it up when you want to. Let's see, that one is what I want to select, and we want flamingos right there. How come you're not assigned? Flamingos right there. Great. Let's see. That all looks pretty good. I was just trying to check on that sign right there. Great, yeah, that all looks pretty good. Okay. So now you guys can be turned back on and you can learn. Let's check out our, this is our educational radius. Awesome. That all looks pretty good. I mean, I guess we could even increase these, right? Because, wow, that gets really large. I know they can't overlap, but, you know, if nobody else is, if nothing else is nearby, might as well, right? Okay, that one can probably stay how it is. We can increase this one. We'll just blast it in their ears as they walk by. They have no choice but to listen to it. These speakers don't affect the animals, is that right? I think somebody had said you can use speakers to calm stressed out animals, but they don't get stressed because of the educational speakers. Is that right? I think that's right. All right, what else? More vet research. The vet research goes by really quickly. Continue, otters, great. Facility broken down. What a shocker. Please go fix it. Let's go ahead and actually, speaking of those, as annoying as they are, let's go ahead and get a couple more, I think. Oh, God, something about, actually getting ice cream from a vending machine is not so bad, but something about getting beef from a vending machine really, or a hot dog, blech, does not sound good to me whatsoever. But we'll go ahead and put that there, and we'll put the gulpy soda right next to it, so you can get a yummy vending machine pizza and a drink. So that, I think, is all of the, yeah, I know, it's, somebody's on their way. That is all the main stuff that I think I wanted to get done before we jump into the time lapse today. And I'm thinking this time lapse, Greater Flamingo has matured, is probably time that we focus on the guests, right? Because their happiness, as you can see, is not really the best. So I think what I want to do is I want to jump in and maybe add a few more restrooms, eating, drinking area, maybe start a little food court here and finish our food court there, or not finish it, but, you know, get a little move on it. I think I've changed my mind for what I want to do. So I have another idea in mind. Make sure that we have benches throughout the place, make sure there's trash cans throughout the place, and get going with that. So yeah, so without further ado, it's nice and sunny. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and we'll get started, and I'll meet you in the time lapse. So, as you guys probably saw from the thumbnail and the title of this episode, I couldn't help myself, and during this time lapse, we do end up adding another animal. I had every good intention, I promise, of just focusing on the guest areas, just doing the food court and getting down seating and everything like that for them, but I couldn't help myself. We ended up with this little blank area off to the right of the food court when you walk in, and I thought it would be perfect for a smaller habitat animal, so an animal that doesn't need a whole lot of space. But before we get to that, as you can see right here, I'm putting in the shade structures for the guests and for the seating area. And these shade structures are actually something that I built for River Rock Zoo, made them into a blueprint, and then brought them into this zoo and just kind of adapted them to fit the style of Tolly Zoo. Using two of them and kind of overlapping them, I think it gives the effect that I was going for of, you know, just some shade and some shelter. I really, really wish that we had some of those canvas canopies. I think I've said it before, but those canvas canopies are typically something that you see in sea lion habitats, in marine mammal and aquatic habitats, at places like SeaWorld and things like that. And I just really wish that we would have gotten bigger sunshades type structures with the aquatic pack. So that's what those are supposed to emulate. They're made out of art shapes, the flat art shapes that are just recolorable. And like I said, I did make them for River Rock Zoo for a gray seal habitat that I'm working on right now. But I think that they do the job over here, and so after putting in the sunshades, I decided to start work on a little bit of decor for our restaurants that are going here. And I believe I end up putting, it might have been 2 pizza pens, or maybe a pizza pen and a chief beef. I totally forget now. We'll find out in just a minute. But using this facade for both of them. So keeping it kind of jungly, keeping it kind of adventure-y to fit the whole theme, but then we have some proper food and drink for guests as well as the seating area. So this kind of solidifies the area a little bit more as a guest area, as a place that they can come and eat and sit down. And then even better, like I mentioned at the beginning of the time lapse, they can sit here and watch the little aardvarks run around, because that's what we are going to end up putting in that habitat off to the right. And like I mentioned, you're probably aware of that because of the thumbnail and because of the title of the video, but I just think the aardvarks are super cute, and animals like the aardvarks, the Chinese pangolin, the peafowl, all the little animals that need smaller habitat areas are just kind of the underbuilt for animals, I guess. They're just not frequently used. And so because we're going for more of a rescue type zoo and somewhat realistic, you know, I say that with a little caveat, take it with a grain of rice, whatever that saying is, that we're somewhat realistic in this zoo, is that some of those little empty spaces would be little habitats, you know, whether it's something like meerkats or beavers or fennec foxes or something like that is kind of what these zoos have in the little nooks and crannies between the bigger habitats. And on that topic, I've gotten a lot of questions recently because we're approaching March when this is coming out. It's going to be the 26th, so only 2 days left of February. And if we're following Frontier's kind of normal timeline, at least what they've been following in the past, we should hopefully be hearing about a DLC sometime this month. And I could not be more excited. I'm so excited to hear what they will be introducing or what they'll be bringing to the game. And I just really hope, I'm still obviously really excited for the possibility of birds, of avian species. But next to that, and it would be a hard choice for me to tell you what I would be more excited for, but would be like a small animal pack. So like something like meerkats and beavers and all the small little animals that you might see that aren't in exhibit boxes, that are actual habitat animals that we can build for and have them run around in the habitats that we make. But something like that, something like a small animal pack would be, I think, just phenomenal. But at this point, it's anybody's guess. You know, last DLC, we kind of had two opposing theories, two opposing guesses between aviaries and aquatic, and we ended up getting aquatic. So, you know, this time around, I really don't have a definitive or really like a sure guess. I just have what I hope for. So who knows, maybe in the next month, hopefully we'll hear something, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they keep it coming with more build pieces, more animals, whatever that they add is going to be as game changing as the aquatic pack was. But yeah, so this is a pretty short time lapse. We spent a lot of time in the beginning of this episode, so in order to keep it at about the 30-minute mark, we do have to keep this time lapse relatively short. But we do get the aardvarks nice and set up and all happy. I do a little bit of work off camera at the end of the episode, just making sure that they can't escape, because I feared that when I loaded into the game next time I would forget, hit play, do something else, the aardvarks would escape, and because we're playing in franchise mode and specifically hard mode, guests would start to freak out and their, you know, happiness would plummet and all that kind of fun stuff. So I did add that a little bit off camera just to make sure that that didn't happen. But it's a fairly simple habitat. Oh, and I forgot, I did add some more benches and everything around the place, as well as more security, because I realized after looking at those little heat maps and stuff that we really didn't have a lot of security around the place. And then I also add this other little secondary start of a food court on the opposite side of the zoo so that people have somewhere to go. But I don't do any sort of decorating or anything like that. It's just kind of a preliminary setup so that it's there for us to decorate later. But yeah, so just paying a little bit more attention to our guests, make sure they stay nice and happy, and that is about it. So we're going to jump back into the real time right now. All right, so here we are. We have our new little start of a food court area. Very happy with how that turned out. Not going to go into too much detail over there because I'm sure you saw in the time lapse, and I'm sure I talked about it in the time lapse, but I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help it. I needed to add another animal, and that animal is the aardvark. So let's go ahead, so that this episode is not too long. Let's go ahead and search for our aardvarks now and go ahead and get them in. I believe it's just one male and one female for these guys. So let's double check Zoopedia real quick here and just make sure. Whoops, wrong tab. Yeah, one male, one female is what we want. We can do two females, but we want baby aardvarks. Of course we do. So let's go ahead and see who does not have the best genes. And preferably if we could use our conservation credits, that would be great. Oh, well, maybe we can get, well, you're terrible. Is that what we're supposed to say? You're terrible. I'll take him. Yep, great. Now let's go ahead and turn this off. We need a little girlfriend for him. Please filter, thank you. Let's see, who else is terrible? You're pretty awful. You're worse. You're not so great. Let's go ahead and take, I think here, is it Adana? Adana? You're pretty atrocious. But we love them. Okay, can I please, thank you. Can I please select? The menus are being real finicky today. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm having to click like 5 or 6 times. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Being a little buggy today. That's okay. We want to get them in, and that's pretty much all we're going to do. Let me go ahead and, where's our staff work zones again? Because nobody's going to help them out. Let's see. Should we add them to 1 habitat, 9 buildings, 1 staff room? Let's go ahead and add them to the flamingo for now, just because I know that there are keepers assigned, and then maybe we can revisit that after. Maybe we'll do it. Well, that's what we'll do is we'll make this a small habitat. We'll do another little small habitat off the side here. And then we'll make those two their own work zone. But for now, let's go ahead and speed it up and make sure that we get our little aardvarks in here. And then look, people are so happy. They're walking over here into the little queues. Vet research is complete. We'll look at it in just a minute. Nope. Go away, please. Go away, please. Waiting for our aardvarks to be delivered. Oh, I need to connect the path. Duh. Be very helpful if we had a path for them to walk on. Okay, now they should get delivered. Hopefully we'll see some caretakers run by real quick from somewhere over here. Let's see. Yep, here they come. Da-dun-da-da. Let's see. Aardvarks. Now, I'm aware that they can escape, so let's pause it really quickly before they do. I just wanted to see and make sure the size. It's a little small. I was kind of worried about that because their cave kind of takes up some space. Oh, they can't get in it. That's a problem. So let's see. If I raise this, will they be able to go through that now? Let's see. Don't escape, please. There we go. So now they can go in there. That's great. And then how is that? Oh, just on the edge. So I'm thinking maybe what we do, let's take this path, get rid of that. Let's go to barriers. Let's go here. And if we, nope. Let's take this and thank you. And let's move this back to about, because right, we don't want them to get upset when they have babies. So we need to have room for at least one more. So get rid of that and let's see, this should be okay. Play for a minute. Please don't escape because that would make everybody upset. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. So they need a little bit more long grass and less soil. So get rid of this so that we can see less soil. So let's go ahead and add this long grass kind of around here. That looks pretty good. And look at that. They're happy little campers here. So let's go to our habitat page and not select a rock. Go to Aardvark here. Let's see. Beautiful. They have some bedding already, but let's go ahead and do some enrichment. So let's give them a box, because every aardvark needs a box. Let's give them a scent marker there. Oh, I don't like what that did. Let's put it over here. Not 60 feet underground. Perfect. And let's do, so that, oh, we don't have food enrichment. Okay, so those are both toy enrichments. So then maybe we give them a ball and then that'll be pretty good for now because then we have the ice ball and we have the sprinkler and the rubber ducky to switch out with, which is good. Oh, look at their cute little tails. Now, some people probably think their tails are weird, kind of like people, that's some of the issues that people have with rats, right? I love rats. They make such good pets, but I think they have cute little tails. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Enrichment, let's hit play so that can register. It's at about 50%, which makes sense because toy enrichment, food enrichment, yep. Let's go ahead and take a look at our staff here, vet research. And caiman and otters. Oh, cool. So does that mean we are completed on the otters? We are. So let's go ahead and assign somebody to aardvarks. Great. Aardvarks. And then beautiful. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm actually going to leave it. I'm going to leave it right here. We will continue this little section, I think, next time. And we'll go from there. We'll make their habitat nice and pretty. I might go ahead and add just a few more plants and stuff off camera. But yeah, so until next time, I'm sorry it was such kind of a short little wrap up there. But the first part I took a bit long and then the time lapse and everything. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. We can go ahead and take a look at our little aardvark since they're going to be good little animals and not escape right now. Okay, shush. We'll look at work zones later. Shush. It's okay. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please do remember to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'm having so much fun with this franchise zoo, with these episodes coming out every Friday. So I hope you guys are as well. And until next time, I will talk at you later. Bye.